It would have been nice if he was able to stasis
Vessel.
the science vessel though, and losing a crucial arbiter again. Every unit for movie is that movie loses is huge right now.
That was actually a bit of sloppy play from Biden coming in at the third base. Like, he didn't have his tanks target fire in the nexus that he should have. So it looks like Mine's going to get the natural next down and just back off. And he knows that he trapped movie in his thing, in his main base.
Right.
And he's going to try to kill off the third right now. And then looks like he needs to scout that hidden base though right away.
Oh my God, the
And it
vultures finally
looks like
see
it's
it now,
gonna
and
fall
I don't
through.
think movie can win now that his final base has been recognized here. So many probes just died off at that 3 o'clock location. Oh, and a huge recall here. He got his units outside of his base with that recall. Storms do go off, and actually really nice storms went off right there.
Right. Those are pretty good storms, but at what cost though? Like, my movie already lost so much stuff. He already lost his natural, he lost his third, he lost his fourth. Now he's gonna lose his expansion at the bottom right. I mean, like, mine lost his fourth, yeah, but that's not really a problem for him since
Right.
he still has 2 mining bases at most, and he can easily expand up the top left of the side of the map. So it looks
Oh,
like
wow. These zealots are coming in just in time to defend that lower base. I thought there was
oh,
no way that movie was going to be able to survive at that bottom right location, but it looks like his Nexus is going to stay alive. Actually using a stasis on 2 tanks just to be able to continue through here. And Mine is trying to regroup, it looks like. Recognizing that he needs to just kill off the bottom right now. He's going to bring
yeah,
all
mine
his
is
army together and go for a final attack down at the right location.
right, but we also need to do is make sure he places safe enough. So if that doesn't work, you can still re-expand back to the 12 block that he's doing right now. There is going to be a DT. That's going to be a bit problematic. I wonder if mine recognizes this right
Right.
away and starts killing it. So that's a lot of vessels. Oh, please don't clump up those vessels.
Oh, and
Please
it
don't
looks like
clump
he's
them up.
probably going to try and recall into here. Is he going to be able to get his units out in time for this engagement? He needs to bring... Oh, the EMP
Oh,
comes
double
down.
EMP.
He's not able
Double
to
EMP.
recall his units. And that's going to
That's
be
useless
it.
arbiter
There's
right
no
there.
way movie can defend at this point. He just ran right into those science vessels with another mistaken move. Oh, man.
Where's that DT? That TT still alive? Oh, that was a good stat status right there. Completely blocked up the ramp. So at least he's going to keep movie alive a bit longer. But I wonder if movie even knows there's still units in his main base.
Right.
Yeah. So movie's only chance right now is just to recall mine to death. But mine still has 2 mining bases. Movie only has 1 right now. Oh man.
Somehow he's able to continue Arbiter production. And another recall here as he's attacking the final mining location for Mind. But he will eventually lose this. That army is just way too strong. He needs more storms on these High Templar units here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what mine needs to do right now is either end this game quickly. Mine just needs to end this game quickly right now before he gets himself in trouble. If it becomes like a base trade kind of scenario.
Right.
Oh, that's good target fire by mine right there. Get those High Templars down. Don't let
Yeah.
them storm off
That
the
one
tanks.
suicidal zealot doing its last
Hurrah.
last act as
Oh, there it
taking
is.
out the
There's the
tank.
Nexus. No, movie has no mining bases right now.
Yeah, this is it. I just don't think movie has enough army in one spot to be able to do this. His little skirmishes are going to be cute, but there is another mining location here at the 6 o'clock, and his resource count is going to be so high. This is the end of movie's life. Unfortunately, I think he's going to be out in both tournaments.
Wow.
I really didn't expect this from what I would consider one of the top 10 players worldwide. Maybe just not showing that anymore and falling behind the times.
Maybe just needs to figure out what's going on with his game right now. So it looks like that drop's going to do a lot of damage, but movie just doesn't have the army to compare to mine. Mine
Right.
does like way more units army supply.
And
it will
he
be cleaned up
can't
by
micro
SCVs.
his dragoons all at once to stay away from these SCVs, doing a lot of damage here.
Oh my goodness, the SCVs just completely defended that recall all by themselves. SCVs imba, my friend.
Well, and the
That's-
capital GG. And movie's going to leave the game. That's going to be it. We have only one more game as Mind has defeated once again. Has Mind even lost a game In both
Oh,
tournaments, Mind is undefeated right now. An absolute beast in TVP. Any of the matchups, let's be honest. Winning against La Mancha 2-0. It looks like that's pretty much going to secure him for the next round.
so yeah, that was a fantastic play by mine right there. That was a really good initiative of going straight up to Movie's fourth when he knew he won that engagement when Movie won for the first attack with the arbiters. And that's just that started the downward spiral of Movie losing that game.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna see Mind versus Killer next, and I think that'll be a good game. But it's still, with the way Mind is playing, it looks like he should be able to possibly 3-0 this group.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like we're gonna have one more game of tonight. This could be BC versus Busan. I don't expect Busan to win at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, he has that really low PvP record.
He's old, man. He's a father. Gotta have different priorities.
He's a grandpa toss. Now he's
Yeah.
he's considered the spirit toss. Who is considered the grandpa toss?
No idea. That's a good question. Are there
Well-
even any older top players than him?
Yeah, I thought grandpa toss might have been any time, but I didn't see that on Team Liquid. So if anybody can tell me, I'm actually curious. I've been trying to remember, rack my brain around it. Who was considered grandpa toss? But we'll take a quick break. If you need water, I'll be right back. Run to the restroom, and then we'll continue this cast.
Yep. Sounds good.
White Raw is grandpa toss. I've heard a lot of names for White Raw. Maybe he is the grandpa toss. That's definitely a possibility. He's getting up there in age too. He's got to be in his 30s now. But looks like the interview with Mind is still going on here. We got this cute little star girl trying to talk here. And you'd think that she's wearing a really modest skirt, but it ends absolutely where the stream is cutting off. So that's most amusing. We will have to go into the commercial breaks here. It's 7 o'clock. I feel like all the games have been, since the beginning of the KSL, have been ending in a decent amount of time. It's a pretty good format because you get 4 different players, you get 4 different mats of hype, and then it ends in about 3 hours. And I think 3 hours is a perfect amount of time for the matches. Maybe 2.5 to 3. That's around the time that a normal football game will last. If you're watching football. So to me, I feel like that's the just perfect amount of StarCraft to start your day with, or end your day, depending on where you're living.
Or have a lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
Watch 1 or 2 matches.
Yes, I
Well,
guess there's some
actually-
people having lunch. In Europe, this is great time for people to have StarCraft.
So looks like apparently BC only plays Voodoo on Windows XP. If I read something correctly in the chat. So it's gonna take a little bit longer for him to set up. Maybe that's why they wanted him to go last. Or something like that.
Maybe. Wonder
Or
if they
just
have
might
like a
just wanna
dual
keep the
box
people
setup.
Or maybe just want to keep BC last so people just stay all the matches just to watch BC.
Yeah. You know, Bisu has a lot of money. obviously, but I wonder how nice his computer is at his home. If he's just still using a really old computer.
I think they all use old computers because you don't need a good computer to play BooDor, let
Yeah.
alone stream it. I mean, come on, it's 20 software. Computer is also like really old games.
I wonder if he
And
ever
it's
plays any other games though.
maybe League of Legends or something because League of Legends is really popular in Korea
Yeah.
or like a Korean mobile. I
No,
don't know
I
if
don't
Storm
think he'd be
does.
interested in League. Let's not put Bisu there.
No League chat.
He's probably playing Command and Conquer.
I don't think that game even made it outside the U.S. I don't think any other RTS titles other than StarCraft made it outside the U.S.
Right.
I've never heard of anything else.
All right, hold the crowd. I'll be right back.
All right.
The the screw came loose on my glasses. Gotta tie screw it back in now. No fear, guys. I have my little screwdriver kit right here. Otherwise, I'd have to cast like a Cyclops.
Cyclops casting?
Cyclops casting.
Yo, that is hype.
That is. Although I would only be able to cast half the game. Because clearly that's how it works if you have one eye. Alright. Man, I am blind as all get out. Don't be as blind as me, guys. Don't make that mistake.
Don't be on your computer late at night. Bad decisions.
Bad decisions indeed. Don't be a programmer. Also, you risk taking my job in the future. So
Nah, I would never work for any military or any government institution.
hey, I
can't
needed to
do it.
make
I
money,
can't do
okay?
So do I, but I don't work in. I don't develop for a public place like that.
I don't teach people how to kill. I teach people how to repair killing machines. It's different, right? Come on, I've convinced myself it's different.
It's technically different, so it's different. That's kind of different, right? Technically
Right.
different.
I mean, do you blame the guy who invented the avatar machine, or do you blame the people that went inside the avatars to kill avatars?
Mm, I don't know, actually.
That's the morality of the decision, right there.
Yeah.
All right, my glasses are
Or do
almost
you even
fixed
blame
here.
the humans for mining that planet?
You're gonna blame the humans?
No, I wouldn't blame the humans.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
just
they
blame
did have
the.
Goliaths in that movie, and
Well,
Banshees.
I think that's just for defense, though. Like, what they should have done was like at least negotiate a deal with the with the Navi, right?
Right.
That way, it should be fair, ethical treatment, and they still would get the unobtainium.
You see
But then
that
again,
that's why I've been watching the Vikings show on History Channel, and that's why it's badass is because this guy, the Viking dude Ragnarok, doesn't just want to like pillage England when he gets there. He wants to work with them and get like their farmlands and negotiate contracts. But he does that by like kicking the shit out of them first and saying, "Well, we could continue to do this, and a lot of your people will die, or we could become friends."
classic, classic gang mafia right there. The protection
Right.
money. Don't pay us money, we'll protect you. That would get involved with the mafia. That's a bad decision as well. So meanwhile, We were watching some guy in a random cafe.
That's the best place to watch a random guy.
And he has a Dickie sweater. I'm wondering if he even knows what his sweater says. Oh, you understand what the reference is?
To Dickies?
Yeah, what is the Dickies?
Well, I understand what a
Well, I
Dickie
think he
is.
just got. It's like Dick's Sporting. You know, Dick's Sporting Goods. Like that's. I
Right.
remember back when they had the old names like Golion or something like that, and they just made it the Dick's Sporting Good. I thought that was one of the worst business decisions of all time. Because if you have
Right.
like any 10-year-old kid, it's gonna start giggling when they first hear about it. And plus, Dick is a terrible name anyway. It's like, why would you want to call yourself that? I mean, I understand it's like a short name for like Richard or something, but
Right. I mean, Richard is the worst name ever. Because, like, if you're King Richard, then you're King Dick. Now, I had this guy at work. He ended up working for EA. And that's a good story, too. I'll get to that in a second. But his name was Richard Smalls.
oh,
I kid you not. So, yeah, naturally, we all called him Dick Smalls. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Terrible parents for going with that. Now, this guy, he decided to leave my company and go work for EA. And he went to work on the NCAA football games. Well, if you aren't familiar, the football games ended up having to get canceled because a bunch of the players for college football said, well, we're not getting paid, so you can't make these games. So he got laid off like 3 weeks later because of the lawsuit.
so that explains why there's no more NCAA games.
Yeah,
I know, like, there's still the NFL game because their contract, because they're kind of contractually obliged to do that kind of stuff just for marketing purposes.
right.
Huh.
Well, this is certainly a long break, isn't it? I guess we're just going to listen to Dickies for a little while longer.
Mr. Dickie's our analyzer.
Yeah.
He's making an analysis about the games coming up.
Well, this is interesting. I'm reading the Snipe-A-Lot chat. There's no such thing as gay in Korea. God,
Well,
why do people always have to go down that route?
Because it's edgy to talk about. One
I
of the edgy
guess.
words.
Well, it's now legal to get married in Florida if you're gay. Congratulations to those people.
It doesn't matter in the end. I mean, what's the point? Who cares?
Right.
Like, I don't care.
Well, you know, that's the millennial thinking right there. No one cares if you're gay or if you want to be married.
Oh. Did they close those doors? Why are there 2 chairs in there? And she just like randomly walked up to see. So it looks like they're playing with the big monitors. I wonder if they have it in 4:3 resolution, like with the black bars, or they play it stretched.
Right.
Because I know when I play Boudoir, I actually like to play stretch mode. I can't play with the native 4:3.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of weird.
Ah, just in time. My glasses are fixed. No fear, guys.
Nice.
I'm starting to get better with tools. I built my first workbench recently.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was fun.
I
That's right, guys. A nerd with tools.
That's kind of nerd. Tools is power.
Right. Yeah, I was watching Big Bang Theory, and one of the guys on that show built a robot arm, and he was using it to have fun in the bedroom, and it got caught.
What?
And he had to like wheel the robot arm into the ER, attached to his junk. Classic.
So we're gonna have an interview with Mind, it seems.
Well, we already had this interview. This is a different girl. Huh.
I think it's a pre-game interview or something like that.
I guess he's a hot commodity right now. I love that pillow arrangement. I mean, that is art right there.
I like that color on the sofa, man. You see that, like, the fuchsia? couch in the background.
Right.
That's pretty cool. I wonder what they use the stuff for. It's just the backstage of the Kongdoo office. Maybe use it for no idea.
Oh, now we're on movie here. So, maybe they're laughing about how terrible he just played.
I think what movie needs to do is analyze and figure out like if you can actually talk about movies played in the last two PvT games we've seen both Kongdoo Star League and the Community Star League.
Right.
Basically, the movie lost both games on bad engagements. Like, and maybe that's if he need to work on his decision making on when to engage and when not to engage. Because like his first big engagement with the arbiters into an entrenched defensive position of mind, even though he got like 4 tanks under with his first stasis,
Right.
he still messed up his engagement because he had like half his zealots being blocked, and it wasn't just a good engagement. Like, he wasn't able to get the perfect surround. Like, what he should have done was just like let mine sit there on 3 bases. It's just keeping away from the forwards and just fully expand the way that Free did, right? Because Free had some really good engagement. That's why Free won his PvT game. He kept C from always having the 5th up in his case.
Yeah, Free played the PvT right, and the way to play PvT, unfortunately, is to just continually expand. Just mass expand, get your economy as high as you can, and once you're maxed out, just continue to take more bases, put up static defenses, and then start looking for holes in your opponent. Instead, Movie, while we were doing that cast, I said, looks like Movie doesn't want to wait for that 200 push from Mind. And really, you see why you wait for the push. Why? Is because the siege tanks will be unsieged when they're going for the push, which means that you can poke in, you can catch them off guard, you have opportunities. But when you think about Mind's position, he was prepared, he was ready. He knows, and even if he wouldn't expect it because he's thinking no Protoss player is dumb enough to attack me, I'm in such a solid defensive posture. But Movie went for it anyway. He definitely he had to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like there's Busan on the camera now. Let's see, he's gonna get. I wonder what he has prepared for the PvP game. I hope he has something really special.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something designed for like an easy win against Bisu. What I mentioned in the write-up is that I think
there's no such thing as an easy win against him. He's too good.
Right, especially in PvP these days. He used to have scary bad PvP towards the end of Pro League.
Well, I think because he was just focusing on trying to improve his PvT and PvZ.
Right.
He had a good PvT, right? Like, his worst matchup issue was Protoss versus Terran, right?
It used to be. Right.
It used to be. Now I thought like at the end of Brood War, his worst matchup was Protoss versus Protoss. Only because like, other teams had such Protoss versus Protoss monsters, or they had the PvP specialists. They would try to snipe BSU all the time. Because actually, BSU never got that many Protoss versus Zerg games. Even though he still won them all, it's just like other teams were smart enough to know what the lineups were coming out from SKT.
They try to avoid it as much as possible.
That's like one of the parts I like about Pro League was the team aspect of it. Like, you can have like 1-star player, but if your team knows how to handle it, you can always have exciting matches in the end.
Right, and a lot of those coaches, like, people don't underestimate coaches so much in Pro League. I felt like those KT coaches were brilliant. They were really smart coaches. They knew matchups really well. Even when they had substandard players or subpar players, they could come out there and have a chance to win their map. And then, of course, Coach Park.
No, Papa Bear, man. That's where it was.
With Coach Park with Kingdom and Uve was a really nice setup. But we finally do have the introductions here, and talking about the group, and what I was saying with Bisu is that I think everybody in this group has to recognize that Bisu is either the throwaway game, well, it is the throwaway game, that he is the hardest person to beat, and can plan on, well, I'm probably going to lose to him, so just come out with a build that will get me the cheap win.
Or they prepare everything for Bisu because they know if they beat Bisu, then the entire group matchup is in complete disarray, right? It's like if Bisu loses the game, like now you don't even know who's going to make it out of the groups, the tiebreakers. Because you know, everybody expects Bisu to go a quick easy 3-0, right?
Right. Well, that's why everybody should cheese Bisu. What do you have to lose? You know that if you play straight up game, you're pretty much dead. So just proxy, build DTs, hide gateways, do some absolutely absurd crap, and win the game.
That was cute, baby.
That was cute, baby.
The mom's so excited for Budo, she brought the baby in. Oh, I think that was actually Busan's wife. Was that Busan's wife?
I hope that baby.
Yeah,
I hope that baby stares at the screen and finds out what it's like to watch his father lose.
It's gonna be just like that.
The baby's life will be transformed forever.
I mean, the baby can maybe absorb the ghostiness of Bisu,
right?
And become better than Busan himself.
Impossible.
Impossible. Well, I mean, it's already been working for Mong, right? He already got the Picari sweat technique down.
Right.
Now all he needs is to learn the ways of the ruler, and he's perfect. And next he needs to learn the ways of the cybernetics upgrades.
Right.
Get the robotic arm, like Flash has.
So there's this guy who's been practicing typing on a keyboard with his nose for years, and he has a 300 APM with his nose. He can type 300 characters per minute.
Why?
Isn't that insane?
That's like one of the most useless talents ever, man.
He's like, I've been practicing this for 5 years. My nose is really good on the keyboard. Watch me smash my face on my desk.
It's also like one of the worst icebreakers if you're going out for a date at the bar. It's like, so what do you got? Wait, I can type on the keyboard with my nose.
Right.
You're not going to impress anyone with that.
Right. He probably goes in the chat rooms to pick up chicks, and he's like, I'm talking to you with my nose right now. Oh, man. Busan, he's actually not looking that sharp. He's wearing a white tee under his nice jacket.
That's a dad attire.
That is dad attire right there, but not enough mustard stains.
Once you become a dad, you just become so lazy.
Oh my goodness. Look at that baby. Look, the baby's looking nervous too. Yeah, and the mommy's probably tweeting, at the game with baby. Big match is happening.
I don't think they have Twitter in Korea. They have something else maybe.
Facebook. They definitely have Facebook.
Yeah, they have Facebook for sure. For
yeah, like a lot of these guys have Facebook accounts that I've friended.
Nice.
Yep. Pusan. Gonna be on a 3-player map versus Bisu on the map. Demian here. We're seeing a second new map on this PvP pavement here.
Actually, now that I think about it, this is actually the best scenario that Pusan could have got in this group because he's playing Bisu on one of the newest maps. So the chances for Pusan to do something really crazy and pull it off is actually pretty high because the map's not really known, so people don't really understand the intricacies of how the map design works yet, because we only see on one team on it yet.
Right.
Both players went for kind of cheesy builds because they weren't really prepared for the long game. So
right, and the 2-gate opportunity is pretty huge. If you 2-gate in the right direction quick enough, because you can build at the 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 9 o'clock your 2-gate, and then go towards your opponent.
Right.
So I think that's a huge advantage. And then I thought the new maps really played well to Quanro, who obviously goes for tons of cheesy builds, so he can use those new maps to his advantage too.
Right. So this is basically Pusan's chance to secure his placement out of the group right now.
People are talking about how Pusan just picked his nose on camera. I don't know why that's so amusing.
The ball thing, I didn't even pick that up. I was focusing on Bisu. He's just gonna
Right.
walk like this.
That's awesome. You know what
That's
I
how you
was
know-
thinking? I didn't even notice he was picking his nose. I was like, oh, he's making a finger mustache.
That's how you know he's become a true dad. He just doesn't care anymore about
Right.
his etiquette. He's wearing a scrappy
Goodness,
t-shirt
guys.
he probably found in his laundry bin earlier this morning. He's like, sweet, fresh t-shirt. Okay, let's just wear it.
Guys,
Not even
the Kongdoo Star League, the KSL, has begun its final match. Group A, Bisu versus Pusan, a PvP. I am BisuDagger on the microphone with my co-caster, Amazing XCD, and let's hear it. Where are the players?
Looks like, man, so it looks like Busan's gonna be the purple toss in the top left. And then
No, I
Bisu-
actually think he's the bottom.
No, yeah, okay. So you were right. So Busan's gonna be the orange toss in the bottom, and Bisu could be the top toss in the top left, the purple toss.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we're gonna have the vertical spawns again. And if you recall what happened last week with the TVT, that was a really quick game. Both players
Right.
just went for really cheaty builds.
Well, I don't think either player is going to rush Proxy Stargate.
So stove, you know. I don't think
A
that's
scout
one of the
versus
best.
scout battle would be pretty entertaining, though.
But I mean, that'd be one of the best ways for BC to throw a game is to build scouts.
Right. I don't think I've ever seen a PvP with scouts. But,
I've seen
it's
PvPs.
possible. Probably one of those early 2000 games where people were like, oh, scouts are so cool. I'm going to win this game with scouts. But that's it. And the probe's out. The probe's out for Bisu getting the earlier scout here. Because it's scouting in the wrong direction, it's going to take it's going to take Pusan longer to figure out where Bisu is. But they're both going to collide into each other in just a second because they're both scouting to that 3 o'clock. Now, the assimilator is out for Pusan so far. He's immediately going for that gas. And so a gas-heavy build, it could be a fast robo build for Pusan. Meanwhile, Bisu's in the same build here, so I think they both might be opening up pretty similar here. That's gonna play well for Bisu, but it also lets us know that they are on even footing. So if Pusan can bring his best game, then he might have the possibility here.
Oh, looks like I actually had the scouting positions wrong. Bisu's actually in the bottom left. He's put us in the 7 o'clock position.
Oh, Bisu is definitely orange. We have the
Yeah.
confirmation now. So, okay, cool.
So it looks like standard play from so far. I am not really a PvP specialist, so I don't know anything about this matchup. But what I think is going to happen is probably going to see standard 2-gate ops, right? That's a standard build for Protoss.
Well, they might go observer first, but I think if Bisu is able to scout inside, then he would recognize that it's not going to be a DT build. But because he can't get inside, I think that will prompt him to go for the observatory before before going for the robotic support bay. So that's definitely what I feel like Bisu has in mind. But he's actually going for the range. And range on goons is not something you do unless you're going to go for a 3-gate attack. Possibly up to 4 gates. It seems like Bisu will probably go aggressive out of his gateway units and sacrifice the ability to go for Reaver. Meanwhile, Pusan still looks like he's going to be going for that Robo, which will put him behind an army supply. If Bisu puts out his army at max capacity, around that 8-minute mark, Bisu will have a timing where he could absolutely take out his opponent, unless there's really good Reaver control by Pusan.
However, Bisu does build a robotic facility of his own, so he's not going to go for the 3-base, the certain 3-gateway, unless he's actually going to go like a shuttle.
It's really weird though that he's getting range that fast, but I mean it's still useful. Maybe he wants to have that defensive here, but you see the observatory can come down earlier because he did not get that range, and the robotic support bay can drop down. Just a difference in preference And I still think this can lead to Bisu being a little bit more aggressive here. That's why they're continually focusing on it. It's not an upgrade you need right away, but it will give you the advantage in Dragoon versus Dragoon battle, as Pusan will not have it, and Bisu will be able to out-micro his opponent effectively.
Mm. But Busan won't have the early Reavers does. So even with the observatory
Ooh, and the higher gateway unit count right here is for Pusan as he does push forward here, and Bisu actually dropping down a weird pylon, and I think that's just going to be possibly a scouting pylon for shuttle play, because he wants to defend against it as best as possible here.
So it looks like Bisu actually added Obs and Roll Bay of his own. So it looks like both players are going to do exact mirror builds, just Bisu with the range advantage. Most Busan got it himself. You can't really see because that 7-edge core is pretty hidden behind the simulator. Looks like, yeah, so Bisu going to add his 3 gateways, two more gateways now, like you said. You're going to have 3 gateways. Busan's still no extra gateway yet. Unless that's Busan's pylon at the hidden place at the 9 o'clock.
Right, and it looked like a probe just got picked off in the last second there, if you guys missed it, by those Dragoons, just trying to get one more scout here. And now with the observer out, this is going to be really good for Bisu, just be able to identify what's going on the map. But both players have that observer vision here, and Bisu's going to have to be careful. If he runs into that observer while it's right above the Dragoons, then the Dragoons will be able to pick it off pretty easily here. So Reaver is out, and for some reason doing some weird scouting patterns inside of his main base. But obviously pushing towards the front at the natural, because he doesn't have a shuttle out to get him in the right location here. Ooh, and it looks like some quick movement by the gateway army of Pusan here. Meanwhile, shuttle's out for Bisu, who is going for that 3 gateway attack. Really only going for that robo for possibly the shuttle to the high ground and and to be able to get observers out.
Looks like the observers are going to meet each other. And they will both get away with it.
I'm actually a bit worried. Speed shuttles? You see that? Busan got speed shuttles.
Oh, and here comes the shuttles just crossing each other right now. And I don't know what Bisu has inside of his shuttle here. But, oh, he did actually get a Reaver out. I did not see his Reaver pop out that quickly. So, oh my god, tons of damage here. As one of the scarabs does go off. Oh, and the shuttle almost goes down for Pusan. Barely gets that away.
Bisu is so ahead right now. Just
wow. Wow, I did not expect the Reaver to be inside that shuttle so quickly. So this is a really good position for Bisu to be in right now. He took a lot of workers out, and that's a huge advantage to us early in the game. He does have that additional base too. Pusan obviously was able to see that when his shuttle flew by, so he's going to know that Bisu did go for the 400 mineral investment to that Nexus. But I think with that takedown on the workers for Pusan, that it just Bisu's still ahead. Oh, here comes another huge attack. This is going to be horrible. The Reaver, the Scarab, is going to go off. It duds out, but does manage to pull the probes off the supply line there. And Pusan not really prepared for that second drop. A beautiful play by Bisu as he pushes in one more time to stop mining. But it looks like coming in from the right side, there's a lot of drop locations for these Protoss players. 2 Reavers in, trying to do as much damage. They're both going to dot out, though.
Will it? Yeah, they will dot.
So nothing done there, but Pusan, a nice attempt. Bisu reacting just slightly too late, not able to get any damage on that shuttle or those Reavers.
And Pusan has to do something right now. He doesn't have his own expansion. Expansion's up to going to be pretty late, and he already lost a lot of probes. So he's actually behind in this game. He needs to make something happen.
Right, and Pusan let out a pretty big sigh there. I wonder what kind of duress he's under right now, but he's trying to do his best to stay in this game. It looks like it's going to be ground versus ground. Just gonna come to a man's fight in the end here to see which player is gonna come out on top. Bisu looks like he has that large army supply, identifies that the Protoss army is going to be to the left here. The purple toss is going to have to pull back. He's getting cornered, and Bisu's got him surrounded. And now it looks like one of his shuttles is going straight for the main base. The probes are going to get taken out right here. Oh, GG, but do the scarabs go off? Oh, they didn't even show us. Such an easy win for Bisu. That was crazy.
Apparently, Pusan lost his shuttle in the middle of the map somehow.
Right.
And we didn't get to see it because the observer wasn't there, unfortunately.
That shuttle only needed one hit, too. It was so low.
Yeah.
Wow. Pusan did not play that well. That's a very aggressive map. For
That is,
PvP, this is an insane map. And that's exactly why I said Robo first was something Bisu had needed to do. Because if he did not go for the Robo, then he wouldn't have been able to put the harassment down, deal with the harassment of Pusan, and basically just roll over his opponent. Not much to talk about there.
Except for that, that was a huge first scarab shot by Bisu. Yeah,
right.
Probably like 12 probes right there.
You see, and that's the problem with the mineral line like that, with the hole in the middle. Because most mineral lines, your scarab, when you drop from the back, has to travel around the minerals. In this one, it can fire straight through.
So you're saying that Bisu got the spawn advantage because of that?
I think he did, definitely.
Map makers, please fix.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that was really brutal for Pusan.
Well, after a series of 3 decently long games going into the macro, we could expect at least one quick one here, and that's what happened with PvP. So that's as exciting as PvP gets. Sometimes you get in those boring, long, drawn-out ones. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. As a Bisu fan, it looks like I get to look forward to him advancing from this group, even with a 2-0 lead. You know, he may not have the guaranteed third yet, but...
That's guaranteed. It's
okay,
guaranteed.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. Considering his games against Quanro in the SSL 9.
Yeah, even if he loses against Quanro, Quanro's not going to be able to go 3-0.
Right. And imagine Bisu losing a round robin.
Wow, that'd be unbearable. I don't know how we could handle that.
Yeah. So that looks like it's going to wrap it up. We have the results here, guys. It's going to be Bisu over Pusan on Demian in Group A. Mind over Movie on La Mancha in Group B. Haya over Jaehoon on Avalon in Group C. And then it's going to be Free over C on Circuit Breaker. I think what would you say was the most surprising win? Possibly Free over C, I think.
Yeah, that one, actually, yeah, I would have to say that one for sure.
I think what we're going to do, though, XKCD, is look back. If Free continues this way, we're going to look back and be like, how could we ever question his PVT because of the way he's playing now? But because we're so unknowing of how good he was at PVT, that's why it's really a surprise.
No, I knew he was good back in the day, but I was just wondering because he started playing recently, right?
Right.
So I didn't know how long it would take for him to get up to speed. It seems it looks like he got way back into his Kespa days pretty quickly.
Yeah, really had no clue what kind of form he was in, but it seems like he's taken the reins of this StarCraft and very impressive.
And then C seems to have gotten complacent with his own play as well.
Right.
Because the C's decision making with the command center at 9 o'clock instead of the expanding to the bottom right of the map was a bit, I guess, suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I could see the logic behind that because if you could defend that pretty well, you'd have a leapfrog for to attack into the natural. But it's not going to really matter anyway because there's not going to be any mining there. You would at most just trap production inside the main.
Right. I think the thing is with C against players that aren't as good as Free, he's able to take that base a lot easier. Mm-hmm. And so that's why he wasn't stressing about it. But really probably underestimated how good Free was.
Right.
So thank you guys for listening. This is the KSL. This is the second weekend. Tomorrow there will be 4 more games. We're going to see Rock versus Quanro. Larva versus Killer, Hero versus Zero, and then Piano versus Mong. So probably 2 quick ZVZs in the middle there. Probably a more drawn out TVT than we've seen in that last group. And then Rock versus Quanro is going to be the surprise match. I feel like that's the wild card of tomorrow's matches.
Yeah, that game's going to decide who advances on alongside Bisu.
For sure.
For sure.
So thank you guys for listening again. This is BisuDagger on the microphone along with my co-caster, Amazing XKCD. We're also frequent posters on Team Liquid. So if you want to PM us, talk to us, chat with us in the threads, just throw down our names. I search my name so I can figure out who's trying to talk to me and whatnot. So critique, give us accolades if you'd like, although I rarely believe we'd get those.
Accolades. I'm good.
Accolades.
I do it for the passion, man. I don't do it for any reward.
But thank you guys again. We're going to let you finish off watching this interview, but we're going to go. So have a good night. Take care. And enjoy some Brood War with us tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye.
Sounds good. Good night, guys. Or good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are.